Healthy habit number 5 of 16 is to consume a high quality protein source with each meal. Protein is vital for our human survival and also for optimal health and performance. So let's start off by listing the top 10 vital physiological functions that require protein. Next, let's answer the question, can protein be used as an energy source? While carbohydrates and fats are the body's primary energy sources, proteins can also be broken down to provide energy when necessary. In situations where energy demands exceed available carbohydrate and fat stores, or during periods of prolonged fasting, intense exercise, or calorie restriction, the body may turn to its protein stores as an alternative fuel source. This process, known as gluconeogenesis, involves the breakdown of amino acids into glucose, which can be used by the body to produce energy. Proteins are not the body's first choice for energy production, as their primary roles are to support the growth, repair, and maintenance of tissues, produce enzymes and hormones, and regulate essential bodily functions. However, in certain circumstances, using protein for energy becomes necessary to maintain metabolic functions. During prolonged fasting or periods of low carbohydrate intake, the body needs to maintain blood glucose levels to supply energy to glucose dependent organs like the brain and red blood cells. Since protein can be converted into glucose, it serves as a critical energy reserve during these times. When protein is used for energy, amino acids from dietary protein or muscle protein are broken down. This process releases amino groups, which are converted into urea and excreted by the kidneys. The remaining carbon skeletons of the amino acids are either converted into glucose or used directly in the citric acid cycle, also known as the Krebs cycle, to produce energy in the form of adenosine triphosphate or ATP, which again is the energy currency of the cell, the primary energy currency of the cell. While this provides energy for the body, it comes at a cost. Using protein as a fuel source can lead to muscle loss if dietary protein intake is insufficient to meet both the body's energy needs and its structural and functional requirements. This is why maintaining an adequate protein intake is especially important during times of calorie deficit or high physical activity. When protein intake is low, the body may start breaking down muscle tissue to provide amino acids for energy, leading to a loss of muscle mass. In contrast, consuming enough protein ensures that the body can meet its energy needs without sacrificing muscle, which is crucial for preserving strength, metabolism, and overall health. Athletes and individuals engaged in intense physical activity need to be particularly mindful of their protein intake. During exercise, especially endurance activities like long distance running or cycling, the body may deplete its glycogen reserves. Glycogen reserves are your body's stored carbohydrates. Once glycogen is depleted, the body may begin to use amino acids from muscle protein to generate glucose. Ensuring sufficient protein intake before, during, and after exercise helps mitigate muscle breakdown and promotes muscle repair and growth. For those in a caloric deficit, such as individuals aiming for fat loss, protein becomes even more important and protein requirements increase. In a calorie restricted state, the body becomes more prone to catabolism, which is the body's breakdown of tissues, particularly muscle tissue, as it seeks to meet its energy needs. Consuming higher amounts of protein during a calorie deficit helps offset this muscle loss by providing the body with enough amino acids to meet its energy demands while preserving lean mass. In addition to preventing muscle loss, consuming adequate protein during times of high energy demand can help improve overall metabolic efficiency. Protein requires more energy for digestion and metabolism compared to fats and carbohydrates, a phenomenon known as the thermic effect of food, or TEF. This means that the body expends more energy processing protein, which can contribute to a higher total energy expenditure throughout the day, potentially supporting weight management goals. While proteins are not the body's preferred source of energy, they can serve as an important backup fuel when carbohydrates and fat stores are insufficient. This underscores the importance of maintaining adequate protein intake, particularly during periods of high physical activity, calorie restriction, or prolonged fasting, to ensure that the body has enough resources to meet its energy needs while preserving muscle mass and supporting overall health. Next, let's discuss the types of protein, starting with complete versus incomplete protein. That was just a tiny taste of what can be found in my members only section. If you enjoyed it, become a member for only $5 a month to get access to hundreds of member only videos.